What's up? Okay, so as promised, this is my story time video from when I went to Disneyland Monday night. I'm sorry I didn't upload this yesterday, but I was dead tired yesterday. It was, Having a 6-year-old who was as hyperactive as my sister really took a lot out of me. But, yeah. Okay, so basically, the party started at 6, but we could have gotten into the park as early as 3. So my aunt and uncle came to my house at about 1, maybe 1:15. And they were supposed to get here at 12:30, but they were running a little late, which I understand because they had to come out all the way from Temecula, because that's where my cousin goes to school. But anyways, so they got here about 1:15. We left at about 1:30 once we got everybody's stuff in the trunk of my mom's car and got my cousin's car seat in the car. And then we drove up to Laguna Hills, stopped to get Chick-fil-A, which I haven't had a sandwich from there in at least a year. I forgot how good they were. Like when I bit into my sandwich, because I just got the normal chicken sandwich, it was so juicy, and it was just like, oh my god. Anyways, so we went there, got some food, because Disneyland is crazy expensive. And then we sat there for about 45 minutes to an hour. And the whole time my cousin was like, can we go now? Can we go now? It's like, huh. But she's a cutie. I love her. So then we finally got back on the road. And might I mention, it was raining nearly the whole time we were going up there. And then it was raining a little bit when we got there. Anyway, we finally got there, got parked, and the scary part was there was some guy behind us when we were trying to find a spot in the parking garage. And he was pissed off about something. I'm not quite sure what. But my uncle, who was driving my mom's car, stopped to wait for a parking spot because somebody was backing out. And this guy behind us was blowing his horn at us, and obviously we couldn't go anywhere unless we wanted to have an accident. So my uncle literally parked the car and got out and started yelling at this guy, which I've never seen him get that upset before, so it's like, oh boy. And then to make matters worse, my dad, which he already has bad enough of a temper, got out of the car too and started yelling at the guy, and it's just like, oh, please don't let there be a fight. And when my dad gets pissed off, you can hear him like everywhere. And my uncle, being like 6'6", I think, has this, and he's built like a football player. So he has this really intimidating voice, and to hear him yelling at the guy and my dad yelling at the guy, it's just like, I'm surprised people on the floor above us weren't wondering what the heck was going on. But anyways, yeah, so that happened. And then we got all our stuff out of the car, walked to the tram station, and my cousin was trying to drag me along, and I was trying to keep up with my mom and dad and aunt and uncle. So I was like trying to keep my cousin back a little bit and get her to slow down, which she was not having. And then we got on the tram. She was freaking out about all the Halloween decorations as we were going to the downtown Disney area. And she was hopping up and down and having a grand old time of it all. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering for words. Should have planned this out before I started filming the video, but I didn't. Typical me. So anyways, we got to the downtown Disney area, and since it was raining, we stopped at the World of Disney store to get my cousin a poncho. She was not happy about it. It literally took my whole family to convince her to wear it. But my mom and I were talking about it later, or we were talking about it yesterday. And I realized my cousin knew that the poncho was going to cover up her Elsa dress, which it did. So she wasn't really eager to put it on, because it's like, well, then nobody's going to see my dress. But we finally got her to do it. And the rest of us just kind of, well, everyone had a jacket except me. But it didn't matter, because it wasn't raining that hard anyways. It was just a light little sprinkle. So we got in the park, and there were all the Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and Donald pumpkins on the area above where you get your tickets scanned. That's assuming you have them. They had all the pumpkins up on top of that, and those things were huge. I didn't think they were going to be that big. Anyway, so we got through there and got our wristbands for the party. And then my cousin immediately wanted to go to Pirates of the Caribbean. So we did that, and I was kind of bummed out that we didn't get to see more characters. Because we didn't get out of... was it Haunted Mansion? I think it was Haunted Mansion. We didn't get out of there until 6 when the party started. And then we were focused more on trick-or-treating than meeting characters. Like, we met Pooh, Tigger, and Eeyore just by chance. Like, we weren't going to go over there, because every ride in Critter Country was closed anyways. And then there was a huge line by Pooh Corner. It's that little store next to the Pooh ride. And my aunt walked over and said that Pooh, Tigger, and Piglet were over there. And I'd never seen Piglet before, so I just grabbed my cousin's hand and raced over and kind of left everybody else in dust. But then we had to wait for like 10 minutes because they had to they had to take a honey break, as their handler called it. And then Piglet didn't come back, but Eeyore came out instead, which I'm fine with because I love Eeyore. And when we got up to meet them, Tigger was giving me tons of kisses, and Pooh did not want to let go of my cousin at all. Like, we got our pictures taken, and then they just stood there hugging, and I was trying to get get my cousin to let go so other people could see the characters. And she was just clinging to Pooh for dear life. It's like, you little cutie. But the trick-or-treating was amazing. They had all these treat stations like everywhere in the park. Like, you literally couldn't go 5 feet without seeing one. It was crazy. But I met more candy, and almost everyone acknowledged who my cousin and I were. And because I was Princess Anna, I got extra chocolate. Which, I wasn't going to turn them down, because I love chocolate. As Anna and as me. But we didn't go on that many rides. We only went on Pirates, the Haunted Mansion, and I think there was something else. I don't remember what it was, though. Wait. No, we actually only went on 2 rides. We went on Pirates, and then we went on Haunted Mansion, and then we went trick-or-treating for a while, and then we went back and went on Pirates again. And that was it. So, not a very eventful day, ride-wise, but oh well. And, we did stop and see that Star Wars Jedi training thing, because we had to stop and get something to eat anyways. And then we saw the Frightfully Fun parade, which we got there just as it was starting. And my cousin and I were right in the front, so we had the perfect view. And the castle looked really pretty. They had, like, purple and green projections all over it, and it looked really, really creepy, but it was cool. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh, and then I took my stuffed Olaf in the car on the way, or Well, I took him in the car to keep my cousin occupied. And she fell asleep with him in her arms on the way home. And when we got back to my house, she did not want to let the poor little guy go. My aunt literally had to pry him out of her hands. But she was cute, so. But we had a really good day. I would definitely recommend going to the Halloween party. Because it's really worth the, like, $89. Like, there were a few rides that were closed, in addition to the ones that were already closed for the Star Tours, or not Star Tours, Star Wars Land. Sorry. So, yeah, but definitely go. It's worth the money. The trick-or-treating is amazing. They have special characters out, which I didn't get to see, but that's okay. And then they have all the projections on the castle. They have a Halloween fireworks show, which I kind of sort of got to see from Tomorrowland because I was waiting for my cousin to get off of Star Tours for the second time. And my mom and I kind of saw the fireworks over the Buzz Lightyear ride. And it was really, really loud. And my aunt and uncle came out after they got off Star Tours, and they were like, "Oh man, we missed it!" And it's like, I'm sorry. But hey, and my cousin was hopping around, as usual. But yeah, so all in all, we had a really good time. I would definitely suggest you go to the Halloween party. It's so good. Or Christmas. That's good too. But yeah. And the people at Disneyland are not stingy with their candy at all. Like, you get a whole ton of candy. And mine's like 95% chocolate. But that's okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Sorry for the 12 minutes of rambling, but I love y'all.